When rappers get killed over interviews, YouTube, let's lock the fuck in.
Is the real disrespectful. I'm going who you is. I will disrespect you.
Topic in the street. You, Big Flop, the video, controversy behind the video.
Man, no Big Flop, man. He's a big.
Damn.
No Big Flop.
Sources ID him as Abdul Vix, a rapper known as YBC.
Damn,
Duel.
shout out to my nigga YBC Duel, bro. Rest in peace, bro. That nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was gonna be one of them ones, bro. That nigga was wildin', bro, for real. Like, that nigga was really disrespectful.
Affiliated with the West Philadelphia.
And I heard a
Young
16-year-old
Bad
clipped him.
Chasers.
One rapper dissed
That's
his op so bad,
crazy.
he got less than a day after the interview. And another dropped the diss on G-Herbo so crazy, he got...
Nah. Niggas violated him, bro. Nah. Yo, bro, see, I don't talk about the dead. Rest in peace to this nigga, yo, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, these niggas be so disrespectful. These niggas be talking so hot. It's like you can't even blame they ops, bro. Like, nah, rest in peace to him. You feel me? Rest in peace to him. But I'm saying, like, you can't even blame niggas that retaliate when you say some crazy shit. Niggas be pulling niggas in songs and be burning shirts. Yo, bro, niggas be wilding it.
Got gunned down by his crew just a few months later. These are times rappers got
Naya,
killed over interviews. And we got to start off with YBC Duel, because one interview he did was so disrespectful, it got him killed less than a day after it dropped.
That's cap though. Cause that's cap. Unless they lying, unless I'm trolling. But it was an interview that I was watching. I think he made one with Brandon Buckingham, right? That's the yo, bro. I reacted to that video, bro. The next day later, I swear to God, they said the nigga passed away. I said, yo, what the fuck? Damn.
For his extreme antics and dissing dead ops on songs. And some of
But
the
he was
disses
wildin',
were
though, I
so
ain't gonna lie.
disrespectful, he even earned the name Mr. Disrespectful from his fans. Because he even went as far as digging up one of his ops' grave back in February 2024.
Bro, that's OD.
Dirt up. Hey, yo,
Nah.
yo. Carney, what the
And that wasn't all. Because in
Nah.
May, he was on an episode of No Jumper, and he completely went off on all of his ops.
All ops, ECK, LMG, 56th Street, Belmont, y'all never got back. No, 44 CB Taming, y'all. Look, 38th Street, 39th Street. I ain't even gonna lie. The Dub too. And who else? I ain't gonna lie, it's many more. Collar Hill, Parkside, Bud, Blue for Bud. All them. Is the real disrespectful. I'm going who you is. I will disrespect you.
Because just the day before, Brandon Buckingham had posted an interview he did with YBC
Oh, this one,
Duel,
yeah, this
in
one I
which
seen.
Duel talked on his
Yep.
beef with
No,
his
no, no.
ops and about how he and his crew
After this,
were
he
really
passed
getting
away.
the
That
ops
shit was
smoked.
crazy to me.
He even mentioned how almost no one in their hood, including his ops, were ever outside.
Nah,
because
yeah, I ain't gonna
according
lie,
to
he
Duel,
was
he and
wildin',
his
bro.
gang were terrorizing the block up.
Drake.
When you a nigga, right now, listen, when you are a nigga and you go to your op's grave and you dig him up, gang, don't get mad at the consequences, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Don't be surprised you have 7 bullet holes in you, gang. Nah, real shit though. Like that ass. Like all jokes aside. Don't be surprised that one day you in a car, your car gets shot up, gang. Real shit. Like rest in peace to all these niggas. He's up that whatever I'm watching. Rest in peace to everybody. But bro, do not be surprised, bro. When you wake up and you in heaven. That ass, bro. This shit not you. Come on, like it's one thing to be disrespectful to niggas that done, you feel me, that done harmed your friends or whatever. But when you digging up graves, you're wildin', gang. I ain't gonna lie. You're wildin', bro. You wildin', gang.
Man, you got gun butted with it. It's real. Go listen to it. Every mom, dad, sisters, brothers. We proving a point. No, it ain't no block you could go on down here and people outside. We blocks up. Never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city.
See, you can't be saying that. You can't be saying that. You see? You see what I'm saying? You can't be saying shit like that, bro. God is real, bro. Yo, niggas don't be understanding. God is real, gang. You talking like that, gotta show you like, oh, you think this is, I bet. You never got touched, you never got shot. Now, look. And rest in peace to him, too, bro. I fucked with him. But you can't, it's certain shit you can't be saying, bro. Like, you can't be saying, bro. You can't think you some untouchable ass nigga, bro. Bullets got no name. You can't survive a fucking bullet, nigga. Fuck.
Respectful rapper in America.
And we on feet on land.
Feet on land.
They in the comments on No Jumper till my man don't be outside. My man outside every day. All day.
I pulled up at 2 p.m. It's almost midnight.
And it almost sounded like he was bragging about it at one point, but his ops would eventually get the drop on
Nah,
him.
yeah, they
And on
slid
August
on him,
23rd,
bro.
2024. The car pulled up on him while he was at a stoplight in Philly and let off 5 shots,
Yo,
hitting him
that
in his
ass.
hand and chest before speeding off down the
They
street.
violated.
New details
They
about
violated,
the
bro.
investigation into the murder of a person police say is a well-known gang member. The sound coming from this surveillance video. And
They
according to
violated,
Philadelphia
gang.
Police, the deadly claimed the life of Abdul Vix, also known as Young Dul.
His friend tried rushing him to the hospital, but unfortunately, he ended up passing away. And he probably should have eased up with all the dissing, since that's how many of his homies also
But I
went.
think that was a setup. Niggas had to either set him up, or niggas had the best drop on him. Like on some niggas probably saw the YBC duel nigga going into the car. Niggas probably had witnesses like his YBC duel's ops probably had like a nigga watching them or some shit, bro. You feel me? Watching them get into this car, that car, gave him a license plate, all type of shit, gave him the low. I'm telling you, bro. That ass, cause it's like no way, like it's like they just knew where to go, how to find him. Like no funny shit.
Now, but if you thought that was crazy, one rapper lost his life for saying too much in his interview, and another died for speaking on his op. But first, let's talk about Tan the God, because her situation is even crazier than what happened to YBC Duel, and she made headlines back in 2023 for allegedly killing her ex and making a whole project about it. Because Tan was an up-and-coming rapper from Oakland, and she'd been in the rap scene for a long time. But in 2023, she went viral for dropping a project called X Wood Pack. Nobody knows what really went down, but Tan the God made it sound like she killed her ex-boyfriend and was smoking on him. Tan even went on Kid L's podcast to speak on the situation, and she didn't really say that she killed her ex.
She must have hated that nigga.
Told Kid L,
threatening family and
she must have hated that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. He must have been beating the shit out of her or something. For you to say some shit like that, that's your boyfriend. So for you to brag about it, he must have been beating the shit out of her or something, bro. No funny shit, bro. And if he was beating the shit out of her, I don't blame him. I don't blame her for doing what she did, what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to that nigga. Rest in peace to her too. But when you start bragging about it, yo, bro, I'm telling you about these niggas, yo, people get disrespectful every day. You bring a tombstone to an interview? God damn.
you know it. You know where people live. And I think about it, I'm like, you know where my loved ones live? You gotta go. You got to go. Especially if you got the audacity to threaten them. What? You threatening my people? Everybody gonna die. Oh, is we?
Oh, okay. I
During
respect
the interview, Tan made it sound like her ex had abused her and was sending death threats to her family.
That's what I'm
That's why
saying.
she allegedly took him out. Kid L even asked Tan how she was free, since the cops should have done something by now.
Did they like side with you on it?
What?
Like, how did you evade like any type of like consequence, basically?
And Tan the God told him.
We gonna find that out on September 23rd.
Okay.
And after the Kid L interview dropped, everyone was trying to figure out what it really went down. And some people thought Tan was just talking crazy for clout. But then rumors started going around that she really did kill the dude and that she was even in the witness protection program. And about a month after her Kid L interview, Tan went on Off the Porch to announce that she'd beat the case and that if things hadn't worked out, she'd have probably done the race like TK. And people still weren't sure if she was clowning or not. But then she brought a tombstone of her ex on the interview to show she was really smoking on him and said,
Extra childish, making families mad.
She hated that nigga.
They ain't gonna do about it.
Smoking on that X Wood pack.
Oh yeah, you know it. Matter of fact,
And she got a backwood that got X Woods.
as we speak.
Nah, she hated that nigga. Yo, that nigga must have did something, bro.
But
Real
things
shit.
eventually go left for Tan the God, because in July 2024, she was doing a meet and greet and performing for the grand opening of a beauty supply shop in Oakland.
Damn.
When out of nowhere, a dude ran up on her and shot her in front of everybody in broad daylight.
What the
According
fuck?
to reports, a dude in a hoodie walked in behind her after she was done chopping it up with her fans and allegedly got into some kind of argument with her. And that's when he upped the strap and started letting off shots. After
Wow.
the shots rang out, fans reported hearing Tan the God screaming, "I'm hit," and the paramedics soon rolled up to the scene to rush Tan to the hospital. But she was tragically pronounced dead just a couple hours later. And after the news broke, a lot of different stories started flying around about what really went down. At first, nobody knew why Tan the God got hit, but fans started connecting the dots to her interviews and the project she dropped back in 2023. And it's really tragic since Tan the God was finally starting to get some motion in the rap game. And sometimes, it's best not to even speak on things you did in interviews to gain clout, because that's part of the reason rapper G Money lost his life. Because NBA Youngboy and G Money were close friends at one point. But then, G Money pulled pulled this move in a 2017 interview with Say Cheese because he says
He mad about his sister too, though.
Damn. So you bringing up sisters and shit?
About his sister? Yeah, I had some time ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though. You know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother.
And after this interview, G Money then went on to drop a diss on Youngboy named Industry. And in the song, he gets disrespectful, saying, "Your sister swallowed, so I never kissed her, but I with her, so I never dissed her." G Money was rising in fame after all of this, but he wasn't moving too smart and kept sending disses at NBA Youngboy and his homies, saying how he was still recording at the same studio and driving the same cars. And the beef ended up getting so serious that it led to gun violence. G Money was in the studio one night finishing up another recording session until shortly after leaving around 1 a.m. he was shot by an unknown person who was waiting for him at the door. And Youngboy spoke on the situation in a song named Pour One, where he rapped, "Matter of fact, I used to call you my big brother. Then you did some foul, and that with my sister." But G Money isn't the only rapper from TBG who died after dissing someone. And it didn't turn out good. The same happened with Boulevard Quick. Because in 2018, after Quick got out of prison, he started going hard with the music as well. And in August 2018, he dropped the video for the song Never Lacking. And at the end, he went on a huge rant against Youngboy.
Pull up.
Damn, nigga.
Don't chill. You know, TBG Gorilla Gang, long live G Money. I'ma talk my. I don't have to have money, cause I ain't got that much. So I'm in the field.
You gotta chill. You gotta relax. If you got no money and you in the field and you trying to beef for the rapper, you better get some money now. Like no cap, like now.
Must be counterfeit. You dropped the bag while I'm still breathing.
And Youngboy's mom hopped in and told Boulevard Quick to leave him alone. But Boulevard Quick wasn't hearing that and responded, telling her to mind her business, which really pissed Youngboy off.
Man.
Damn.
That eat a big long.
So just a few weeks later, he was killed. In November 2018.
Oh, JJ's. Oh, nah, Youngboy getting niggas going.
Of his apartment complex. YB spoke on the situation on Impact, saying, "They spoke on my mama. I ain't want to talk. I end up killing her." But now, let's move on to OG Man Man, because he wasn't a real rapper like YBC Duel and 10 to God, but he went viral in 2016 for dropping a diss with a music video so disrespectful, even DJ Academic straight up called it demonic. OG Man Man was one of DMV's biggest hitters, and his name was well respected in the streets. But then, he decided to have relations with Big Flock's girl, who was one of his homies at the time. And that's what pissed Big Flock off, because when he found out about it, he dropped a diss on Man Man called The Intro, calling out OG as a snitch for the feds, where he rapped, "A man turned to informant, thought that he was real. He put on a good performance." And Man Man wasn't too happy with the diss, since his crew really hated snitches. So when he finally got out of jail, he took to the studio to record Truth, one of the most disrespectful disses of all time, in which he rapped, "I know why you mad, cause I'm your. Stop playing with me, talking about I'm snitching. Rest in peace to Lil Chris. Yeah, I know they miss him. Don't trip. His whole squad gonna lay there with him." And that wasn't all, because
That's
the music
crazy.
video was actually shot at C. Diddy's grave, one of Big Flock's closest homies and most respected gang member.
Nah, that's
that
what I'm
died.
saying.
And
Niggas
after the
disrespectful.
video dropped, Man Man even linked up with Cutthroat TV for an interview in which he doubled down on his claims, dissing Big Flock and his crew even more.
Big Flock, the video, controversy behind the video.
Man, no Big Flock, man. He's a big. No Big Flock. He mad. He mad. He want my life. He mad. He ain't me. So, you know, I had to go on him like I went on him. It's simple. I don't go about you, your dead man, your mother, your father, your grandmother. I don't give a none of that. Like, I'm gonna go on you, your dead man, your mother, your grandfather, all that. Okay? You hear me? Like, you don't disrespect me and think I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I ain't one of them you think you gonna say something to and I say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing back. Like, I know the real him. That's why the song came about, the truth. It ain't a sneak diss, it's the truth.
But Big Flock didn't take the dissing lightly. And unfortunately, OG Man Man would end up losing his life over it. Because on June 12th, 2016, Man Man received a call from someone who wanted him to pull up to Southeast DC for a cookout they were gonna have later that night. But once OG pulled up, the man walked up to him, his blick, letting off multiple shots and ending his life.
Niggas set him up.
Many suspected Big Flock as soon as it happened. And the cops Cops later raided Flock's home for evidence, but found nothing more than rounds of ammunition and a few $1,000s worth of narcotics. And since there was no way to prove his involvement in Man Man's death, he was instead charged with illegal possession of firearms and drugs, which he took a plea deal for and got 45 months in jail. Let's move on to Lil JoJo, because he started to make a name for himself back in 2012 after dropping
Rest
a
in
song,
peace, Lil
BDK,
JoJo, man.
which he took shots at the Black Disciples. He was a dude from the south side of Chicago who repped the gang Brick Squad, who was the subground of the Gangsta Disciples. And at first, JoJo wasn't a rapper, but after hearing a diss Lil Durk drop on his gang back in 2012
L's
called
up for
L's
them
Anthem,
haters,
he decided to hop
L's.
in the booth to shoot back. On April 27th, 2012, Lil JoJo dropped a remix of Chief Keef's song, Every Day.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. It was a point in time where I ain't gonna lie. I was fucking with the GD niggas, bro, for real. Like, music-wise. Like, I was fucking with P. Rico, Killer Cows, Lil J, FBG Duck. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, them niggas was fake nice. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas used to be talking they shit.
Called BDK, aka 300K, which took shots at the
Especially
whole BDK
P. Rico,
gang, including Chief Keef.
that
Lil
niggas be
Reese,
wildin'.
and Durk. And JoJo didn't stop there, because his BDK track got so much attention that he decided to keep dropping disses to build up his career as a rapper. He followed up with the track Tied Up, in which he took more shots at Keef, and another diss, which was a remix of the Yo Gotti song, I Got That Sack, in which he claimed that one of his homies had knocked Lil Reese out, saying, catch him in traffic with Lil Reese, man, they gon' feel this Mac. BDK, that's my team and my city got my back. Went to school with these, but they don't mean my tail knocked them out. You should have seen that. And in the outro of the song,
I
they
got
took it a step further
Lil
by
JoJo
taking
would have
shots
been
at
up
David
right now.
Barksdale, aka King David, the founder of the Black Disciples. And JoJo's homie P. Rico can be heard shouting, and JoJo going dumb on Dirks. BDK, die L's on Queen Dave. And many took offense to the diss because Lil JoJo was also quickly becoming one of the most hated GDs in the city. And he still wasn't done with the dissing because he downplayed his op on a TP radio interview and told the interviewer that he wasn't done with
And
the
that nigga was
300K
like
disses,
16.
since he had some sort of sequel in mind for the project.
What's the actual?
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep the buck. They could have, yo, bro, no funny shit. If they was on that, they could have drilled Lil Reese. Like when they caught him, Lil Reese is actually really lucky. Shout out Lil Reese. That nigga was really lucky, bro. Like, no funny shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, if it was probably anybody else that really hated Lil Reese, these niggas said they hated Lil Reese, but they didn't hate them enough if they just watched that nigga lacking. Cause Lil Reese was dead lacking, bro. It seemed like he was lacking. He probably had it on him, but it seemed like he was lacking. You feel me? And they over here recording him and shit. They could have got him gone. That ass, bro.
300K, they like that. Ain't no BDK, 300K.
So you got a part 2 coming out to that, right? Or how you gonna do that? Or what is that?
Part 2 is just a little series of videos.
Oh, okay, this is all gonna tie into one thing though, or how this going?
It'll be like a little movie.
Okay, bet that.
But on September 4th, 2012, Lil JoJo would lose his life in a very tragic way. He was riding with his homie's bike along 69th Street when a car pulled up on him and let off shots, hitting him to the ground, and unfortunately, he'd be pronounced dead at the hospital. And JoJo made a grave mistake because just a few minutes prior, he had dropped his location on Twitter, tagging Lil Reese, basically telling him that he was outside if Reese was really down for the action. Many suspected Lil Reese was the one behind the hit, seeing as they'd been going back and forth for months prior to the shooting. And right after it happened, Chief Keef also went on Twitter to clown JoJo out, saying, "It's sad because JoJo wanted to be just like us." Lil Reese and Chief Keef were both taken into questioning, but no charges were filed since the cops couldn't make a clear connection, and no one was ever arrested for the death of Lil JoJo. But about a year later, Swag Dinero, who was JoJo's older brother, hinted that whoever was responsible for the hit was no longer breathing because he tweeted on Phone Them, "Y'all don't know how this go for real. Hashtag no talking. Even the ops know the MF who took my bro ain't walking this earth no more." And the whole situation's pretty sad, since Lil JoJo was just starting to see some buzz in the city. But now, let's move on to FBG Cash, because he died not too long after talking to...
Nah. Yo. See, I'm not even into this shit. I'm from New York. I can't sing the lyrics, bro. I ain't gonna lie, rest in peace, FBG Cash, bro.
About something disrespectful.
I was gonna say a little Durk verse. Rest in peace to FBG Cash, though. Shout out to them niggas.
Picture in front of King Von's mural to disrespect Von and his people. Not long after taking the picture, he went on No Jumper to discuss it. He told Adam 22 about the conversation he had with Lil Durk before taking the picture.
What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
You know, go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, what's up? Why Chicago's so weird because the ops always be talking to each other and like going on live and tweeting at each other.
And doing this interview might have made things even worse than it already was. Because Dirk later dropped a song where he said, sneaking pics by Von Mural, like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. But we sent a threat to FBG Cash for taking that picture. Then, 3 months after the song was released, FBG Cash ended up getting hit and lost his life while driving on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, because he was basically saying, I can't even say it, bro.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton was shot multiple times. According to the Sun-Times, he raps under the name FBG Cash. A 29-year-old woman with him was also shot, taken to the hospital in serious condition.
Now,
Rest in
let's
peace,
move
though.
on to Shooter Shells.
Nah, they
Because he was a
violated
controversial
him.
rapper
Yo,
Best known for his
whoever did
affiliation with
this,
the Black Mob Gang. And his
they
song,
did not
Death
like
of
this
150,
nigga.
which racked
But
up
he
over
was
8 million
wildin'
views
though.
on YouTube, in which he called out the whole No Limit 150 crew. No Limit was one of Black Mob's ops, and in Death of 150, Shells completely went off on his ops, including G Herbo, Sane, Lil Herb, Bezo, Vito, Chemo, among many other 150 associates. The reviews were mixed because many people were saying that Shells was just trying to chase clout since he was taking shots at much bigger names in the streets and music industry. But Shells was on an interview with Iman where he cleared everything up, saying that his beef with G Herbo and the 150s has been going on for a very long time and that the beef goes deeper than people think.
You know, like we've been in tour with them guys.
That makes sense.
You know,
That makes sense.
Whatever them, like all them little 150 guys. You feel me? It ain't specifically Lil Herb, it's just all of them. You feel me? I ain't singling out just him. You feel me? All of them. We in tour with the whole, all of them. You feel me? Like when he first started rapping or whatever. You feel
See, the
me?
thing is, he should have never said this. Like, I feel like when you in an interview, bro, you can't be talking about your ops, bro. Don't even mention them. Don't bring them up. Nothing, bro. Has nothing to do with them. If niggas ask me, though, bro, you into it? I'm like, nah. I don't even know them niggas. Even if you really know them, just be like, nah, bro. I don't know none of them niggas, bro. I don't know none of them. I wish them well. Just leave it in the streets, bro. You don't gotta. You see, niggas be bringing this up on interviews and shit. Niggas be doing too many interviews, bro. Now, I'm not just even talking about him. I'm saying in general, like, you can't just be like, yeah, nah, we in tune with them niggas. I'm in tune with Lil Durk. I'm in tune with G Herbo. It's been mad long. You feel me? We've been in tune for, like, bro, you can't be saying shit like that, bro.
Mention my name.
But leave it in the
This one,
music,
I don't
leave it in the
even
streets, you feel me?
rap like you know, it's rap beef. Once I mention my name, we go at it. You feel me? Because, you know, we really into it. It ain't like this just some odd never heard of. This, you know, we into it. It wasn't even just Lil Herb, though, you feel me? He used to go to a whole nother, like, when I was, like, in 6th grade, I used to go to PAL. You feel me? Then we used to be like, you know, elementary school was close by. Elementary schools used to fight. You feel me? We've been always in tour with them. And as we got older, you feel me? It just escalated. You feel me? So, you know, I gang banging, fist fights turned to gunshots. You feel me? Gunplay.
So you saying too much.
And he just so happened to be a part of them.
You saying too much. You saying too much.
Came about. It don't never be about no money though. It don't really about no money. You feel me? Just always fighting, bad blood, and then as we got older, high school, and then playing with guns, people started dying.
But he'd end up losing his life in a very crazy way.
Nah, they
because back in
violated
July
him, bro.
2017,
No funny
gunshots
shit.
could be heard in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood of the 8100 block.
I heard they said I heard, and rest in peace to him. I heard they said they violated him so bad, gang, like like you can't even, like you couldn't even, like, apparently they said like you couldn't even see that nigga face, like his face was like rearranged. That's OD, bro. Nah, that's really OD, bro. Like, rest in peace to him, bro. You know how much, you know what his family probably felt? Even though, yeah, he dissing, yeah, you feel me? Like, yeah. But it's like, see, I have sympathy. Cause, you feel me? I got sympathy for niggas, bro. Like, even if it's somebody that I don't like, you feel me? Like, I don't want niggas to violate the nigga face, shoot that nigga face up so crazy in GTA that his family had to see a closed casket. That's different, bro.
3 men had hopped out of a white Nissan and shot Shells multiple times in the head and torso. A total of 43 casings were found at the scene, which at least 15 shots being directly to his face. Now, let's move on to BTB Savage,
bro.
Because some say that doing this interview with DJ Vlad is the main cause of his death. Since he
Yeah,
spoke on how
he should have
killed
left.
someone
He should have
in
never did this shit.
self-defense in a
I heard about
cocky
this.
fashion. According to Savage, a local rapper had been trying to get a feature from him for a while. One night, the dude got in touch with
Tried to
Savage
set him up.
and finally agreed to do a feature. Later that night, the other rapper pulled up to his apartment with a car full of dudes. The rapper came in Savage's apartment with another dude named Omar Richardson. Savage said he felt weird since both of them were looking around his spot when they walked in. But then Omar upped some racks. So Savage,
But he didn't even do nothing. His girl did it. His girl's the run MVP. Shout out to the, yo, bro. And it's so crazy. Rest in peace to him. Shout out to the girl, bro. You feel me? Because the girl was the one who actually killed the nigga. You feel me? It's all documentary, so it's not that. You feel me? I saw the interview and all that. This nigga was over here taking pictures in a crib where his girl shot the nigga or whatever, killed the nigga at. He posted money, jewelry or whatever like that. That picture was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And then on top of that, you bring it up on interviews. It's like, yo, gang, come on, bro. Like if you ain't even body the nigga, then what's the point? You feel me? Like you ain't have to do all of that, bro. Not saying that he deserved to die. You don't gotta do all that, bro.
Thought it was all good. The dudes then came in with a box full of studio equipment so they could get to work. But then the other rapper said he was missing a few things. So Omar told him to go back and get it out of the car. Savage thought something was off, so he locked the door when the rapper went outside. And that's when everything went left. Omar started asking Savage about his jewelry and eventually upped his firearm and told Savage to hand over everything. At first, Savage didn't want to give it up, but then Omar threatened to shoot Savage and his girlfriend. So Savage started taking his chains off. When Omar reached to grab Savage's chain, Savage saw an opportunity. So he wrapped Omar up in his arms and they fell to the ground and started wrestling. Omar's strap fell out of his hand. And that's when Savage yelled for his girl to come shoot Omar. She came in and popped him twice, but that didn't slow him down because Omar managed to get his hand on a gun and let 3 shots off at Savage's girl. Thankfully, all the shots missed and Savage got Omar back under control. Savage told Omar to leave since his son was in there, but Omar didn't listen and told Savage he was going to kill him. They kept fighting, and that's when Omar's partners came up and started shooting through the door, but they didn't hit anything. When they stopped shooting, Savage's girl popped back at him with 2 shots, and that's when Omar's partners left him to die. Omar kept fighting, and Savage's girl shot Omar one more time in the torso, and Omar ended up passing away. Savage and his girl got off on self-defense. It was a crazy situation that took over the internet. Savage even went on to do an interview with Vlad TV, and it hit 2 million views in less than a week. But Savage's ops weren't happy about it.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, she is the real MVP. Shout out to her. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to her, bro. That's the real MVP right there, bro. Like, no funny shit, because you gotta think about it, bro. A lot of girls, not saying that they have to do that, but a lot of girls would be scared. And I'm pretty sure she was scared in that moment. Obviously, you feel me? Can't tell me she wasn't scared. I'm sure she was scared. It's just you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You feel me? And I know it probably haunts her to this day. And she's definitely really hurt because she had to body a nigga. You feel me? And then on top of that, her boyfriend dies. It's like, damn, bro, fuck. You feel me?
Savage was talking cocky in the interview.
Concerned that
he was talking like he did the shit too. Like it was like, yo, bro.
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do, but I'm gonna get active. That's all it is. And it is what it is.
Then, on March 30th, Savage posted pics on Twitter of him standing in a pool of dried blood where Omar had lost his life. Savage was trolling the dude, and the pics instantly went viral since no one had ever seen anything like that on the net. But 2 hours after posting those pictures, BTB Savage was in his Mercedes, driving around until 2 gunmen pulled up, boxed him in, and then started letting off shots. By the time help arrived at the scene, it was already too late. Some people blamed the interview for his tragic death,
That's a fact.
while others blamed the picture.
It was like both.
The picture was,
It was both.
very disrespectful. Even though it was self-defense. But speaking of rappers, 21 Savage had to check a rapper for dissing his homie's dead mother, and Lil Yachty had to humble an artist for disrespecting his people. So click this video to see gangster rappers who humbled entitled rappers.
Damn. See, and this is why you can't be dissing, bro. This is why just leave it in the streets. Don't bring nothing to the internet, bro, because shit like this happen, bro. Rest in peace to all those that lost their life, bro. Real shit, bro.